Hello everyone. So today we are again here with another very important topic, that is races and games for the numerical application chapter. Right? So this is a very important topic for competitive exams for applied maths class 12 that we have. Already one video is uploaded for the same. Now we are going to take few extra questions so that you can easily understand it. So let's start with that. So races and games, that's a very important topic. I again repeat, for competitive exams, right? So now let's move on with that. So now today we are going to take the solutions for the questions of RD Sharma for applied maths class 12th. Now let's go on with the first question. So in a 1,000-meter race, A, B and C are three participants. A can give B a start of 50 meters, while and to C, A only is giving a start of 69 meters. So in the same race, tell how much start can B give to C. So now it's a total 1,000-meter race. So right, so if 1,000-meter race is there, A is given B a start of 50 meters. What does it mean that it is giving a start of 50 meters? That's a very important term. Those who are doing it first time, I'll just have a quick recap. Otherwise, you can see the previous lecture also. So it gives B a start of 50 meters. That is, if A has to cover 1,000 meters, then B will have to cover only 950 meters. A is ahead of B by 50 meters. Okay, मतलब जब start करते हैं तभी उसी रेस में 1,000 मीटर अगर ए रन करेगा, सो बी विल रन 950 meters ओनली, राइट? एंड बी, ए इज गिविंग स्टार्ट ऑफ 69 meters टू सी, करेक्ट? सो अगर वो 1,000 meters, तो सी का कितना हो गया? 1,000 माइनस 69, दैट इज 931 meters. सो इफ आई जस्ट टेक द रेशो, ए इज गोइंग फॉर 1,000, बी इज गोइंग फॉर 950 and C is going for 931. This is what is given to you. So same race में 1,000 पे अगर A है, so B will be 950, C will be at 931. So now they are asking you कि अगर 1,000 मीटर का रेस होगा, सेम रेस मीन्स B कितना स्टार्ट देगा C को. दिस इज व्हाट यू हैव टू फाइंड. सो जो रेशो यहाँ पे है, ऑफ कोर्स दैट सेम रेशो विल बी फॉलोड हियर. सो दैट इज अ सिंपल concept that we have to follow. So अगर 1,000 मीटर का रेस है, C will be at X. Okay, so B और C का रेशो, और at present B और C का रेशो क्या है? 950 upon 931. I have not reduced anything till now, right? So this is what we have. Now let's do it. So here if we go with, here we get 20, here we get 19, correct? Now let's find X. So X will be what? 20 into 931 upon 19, right? So if I just go with it, let's divide, try to divide it. So we get here 19 fours are, so here we get 76, right? And then we get here uh 49, right? Correct. So we get here 980. So in 1,000-meter race, B will give to C 20-meter start. Okay, so what will be your concluding statement? B will give 20-meter start to C in 1,000-meter race. So if you see here, it's a simple question based on ratio. Nothing else we have done. No new formula, nothing. Simply ratio. Okay, now let's move on to the next. A can run a kilometer in 4 minutes 50 seconds and B can run the same in 5 minutes. How many meters start can A give B in a kilometer race so that the race may end in a dead heat? Now, start ka meaning I have already told you. Now, what is the meaning of the word dead heat? Dead heat means they are going to reach the finishing point at the same time. That is, both are going to finish the race at the same time. Right? So, dead heat means same time pe you are reaching there. That is dead heat. So A can run kilometer. Kilometer ko let's change this to 1,000 meters. So it will be easier for us. Okay. Now, so 1,000 meter race में अगर हम A के लिए define करें, A is taking 4 minutes 50 seconds. Okay, 4 minutes 50 seconds. That means it will cover it in 290 seconds. Okay. Now same meter race. Okay, 1,000 meter race को बी कितनी देर में कवर कर रहा है? 5 मिनट्स में. 5 मिनट्स मीन्स is going to have 300 seconds, right? Now the point here is बी और ए दोनों सेम टाइम के लिए सेम डिस्टेंस को अगर रन करने वाले हैं देन व्हाट स्टार्ट शुड बी देयर, ओके, कि बी कितना आगे होना चाहिए, क्योंकि बी को 5 मिनट्स लग रहे हैं। अगर आप देखें तो बी इज टेकिंग 10 सेकेंड्स मोर, सो बेसिकली 10 सेकेंड्स में वो कितना डिस्टेंस कवर कर रहा है वो हमें देखना है। नाउ लेट्स मूव ऑन विद दैट। सो 1000 upon 300, दिस इज द रेशो। सो वी हैव टू चेक कितने डिस्टेंस will cover in 290, okay, that will be our x. Now let's do it. So x will be what? 2900 upon 3, इतना डिस्टेंस 290 सेकेंड्स में, करेक्ट? दैट इज व्हाट वी हैव टू फाइंड, क्योंकि बोथ हैज टू बी इक्वल, सेम टाइम पे खत्म होना है हमारे पास। सो 290 सेकेंड्स में और 300 सेकेंड्स में, राइट? So that we have to check. Why 290 we have taken for B also? Because A is taking only 290, so we have to just check कि B 290 seconds में कहाँ पर है. That is the simple thing. Okay, now let's move on with this. So therefore 1000 में से we will subtract that to get our start. Okay, so now let's move it. So 3000 will get, so minus 29, so we get 100 by 3 meters. So इतना start it will give. तो A अगर इतना ahead होगा B के, so both of them will reach at the same time. ये रेशो किसका है? This is for B. Okay, B is going to cover 1000 meters in 300 seconds. So how many meters will it cover in 290 seconds? This is for B, remember. So X we have found. Now this much distance B has to be ahead of. करेक्ट? सो 1000 में से हमने इतना डिस्टेंस माइनस कर दिया। नो डेसिमल्स आई हैव यूज्ड हियर। लास्ट में आप जरूर कर सकते हैं इफ यू वांट, अदरवाइज यू कैन लीव योर आंसर हियर। इफ इट एमसीक्यू देन यू विल कम टू नो वेयर यू हैव टू लीव द आंसर। सो इतना स्टार्ट, सो ए कैन गिव बी a start of 100 by 3 meters to end up in dead heat. Okay, now let's move on to the next. So now in this question, what we have to do, we have to find the speed of B. So for this, first we will find the time taken by A to finish the 100-meter race. Once we get that, we can easily find the speed of B. So for finding that, 100 meter is the distance covered by A, and the speed is given as 6 km per hour. So let's change it to meter per second by multiplying it by 5 by 18. We'll keep it in fractions. We are not changing it into डेसिमल्स। ओके, नाउ टाइम कितना लगा फिर ए को? टाइम का फॉर्मूला क्या होता है? डिस्टेंस अपॉन स्पीड। सो 100 डिवाइडेड बाय 5 अपॉन 3, so we get here 60 seconds. So A took 60 seconds. Now it's given that A beats B by 12 seconds. So now time taken by B कितना हो जाएगा? Time taken by B will be 72 seconds. How do you get 72? 60 plus 12 is 72. Now B ने कितना डिस्टेंस रन किया है? 96, not 100. Why? Because A has given a start of 4 meters to B. So A ने 100 मीटर रन किया, B ने 96 रन किया, कितने सेकेंड्स में? 72. So speed of B will be what? Speed of B will be distance upon time. So distance is 96. Remember, it's not 100. So 96 by 72. That should be the answer. Okay, so now if we go with 12, 8, 4 by 3. 4 by 3 meter per second. If you want to give the answer in kilometer per hour, because for A it's given kilometer per hour, we will multiply it by 18 by 5. Right? So this is what you have here. So now this is how we have to calculate it. Correct? So now we have here simply 72 upon 15. And you can divide it also. So you can get 4.8 kilometer per hour. That will be the simply speed of B. So A was running with 6 kilometer per hour, B was running with 4.8 kilometer per hour. Right? So this is how do we do these questions. These are simple questions based on very simple concepts which we have been doing for the ratio for speed is equal to distance upon time. There is no new question as such for this. But you have to be clear with the relations. Okay? Now let's move on with the next. A can run 1 kilometer in 190 seconds and B can run the same distance in 200 seconds. Then by what distance A can beat B? Now again 1 kilometer को we can take 1000 meters. So A 1000 meters run कर रहा है. कितना टाइम है उसका? 190 seconds में. Right? This is the time, this is the distance. Now B can run the same in 200 seconds. ये उसका distance है and the time is given 200 seconds. Now, by what distance A can beat B? It's understood. A is ahead. He is taking less time. So, of course, A will win the race. Okay, now let's move on. Now, let's find the speed of A. So, A का speed कितना हो जाएगा? 1000 upon 190. That is 100 by 19. What will be the speed of B? 1000 upon 200. So that will give you 5 meter per second, right? Now 5 meter per second say B is moving. Now B is moving with 5 meter per second and B और A का time difference कितना है? So time difference of A and B is 10 seconds. राइट 10 सेकेंड्स बाद पहुंचा सो 190 सेकेंड्स में वो कितने डिस्टेंस पे था दैट वी हैव टू फाइंड एंड दैट हाउ वी कैन फाइंड 10 सेकेंड्स में उसने कितना डिस्टेंस कवर किया होगा या कितना डिस्टेंस रह गया उसका कवर करना सो डिस्टेंस फॉर 5 सेकेंड्स सो 5 सेकेंड्स में 5 सॉरी 10 सेकेंड्स राइट या so distance for 10 seconds for B. How much it will be? 10 into 5. So it would have covered 550 meters in 10 seconds. It means it was at 950 meters उसने cover किया. So by what distance A can beat B? So A can beat B by 50 meters. Very simple question. Right? So you have to simply find the speed of B. Why we have found the speed of B? Because if we find the speed of B, we can calculate 10 seconds में B कितना distance cover करेगा and by that distance A can beat B. So A can beat B by 550 meters because 5 meter per second is the speed of B and 10 seconds का difference है. So we can easily calculate it. Now A and B run 1 kilometer and A wins by 1 minute. AC also run 1 kilometer and A wins by 375 meters. B and C run 1 kilometer and wins by 30 seconds. Find the time taken by each to run 1 kilometer distance. Now, it seems to be a little lengthy question and we have to make the figures. No, it's not so lengthy and neither it's so tough. But let's do it in a very simple way. Now, A and B run 1 kilometer. Okay. So, if I say A and B, दोनों ने 1000 मीटर्स रन किया और A wins by 1 minute. 1 minute means 60 seconds. Correct? Now A and C also runs 1000 meters. Here also 1000 meters. But A wins by 375 meters. मतलब it was a start. You can say also कि dead heat के लिए अगर हम करें so that much start is given. मतलब 625 meters was covered by C. That is what it is given to you. Now B and C के लिए करते हैं. Okay, so B runs, C runs. दोनों ने 1000 meters runs में क्या किया? B wins by 30 seconds. Now you have to simply find the relation to tell the time taken by all three to cover the distance. Now let's go with this. So अगर A 1000 meters cover कर रहा है B भी 1000 ही कर रहा है कवर C कितना कर रहा है लेकिन 675 सॉरी 625 राइट बिकॉज 375 मीटर से वो हार गया है इसे नाउ अगर C T सेकेंड्स में कवर कर रहा है सो B ने कितना विन किया 30 सो B विल कवर इट इन T minus 30 बट A ने कितना विन किया B से 60 में सो इसका मतलब A ने कितना कवर किया होगा T minus 90 now how are you going to use these figures of right so now for using these figures तो अगर ये figures हैं इसके according the race is going to finish by all three of them as a dead heat, or you can say, or this is what the speed will make it equal, right? So हमारे पास क्या है रिलेशन, हमारे पास क्या रिलेशन है कि 1000 और t माइनस 90 इज द टाइम टेकन बाय ए, एंड बी में अगर 1000 मीटर कवर किया तो उसने कितना टाइम लिया t माइनस 30, और सी ने कितना टाइम लिया t. This is what we have. Now we have to simply use it to get our point. So how will you use it? 1000 upon t if we have, correct? Because why we are taking it 1000 upon t, or you can say if I say अगर ये 1000 और 625 का रेशो है डिस्टेंस का, तो हमारे पास टाइम का रेशो क्या है? हमारे पास टाइम का रेशो है t एंड t माइनस 90. Why is it going like this? रिवर्स क्यों आ रहा है? बिकॉज डिस्टेंस और टाइम जो है वो इनवर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल होते हैं. सो राइट नाउ लेट्स मल्टीप्लाई इट. सो 1000 into this is equal to 625t. Now let's move it. Open the bracket. So 375t is 90,000. So t will become what? 90,000 upon 375. Correct? So that is what we have. So now we get here 2, directly if we divide, 240. ओके, सो इतने सेकेंड्स लगे किसको? सी को, राइट? सो टाइम टेकन बाय सी कितना हो गया हमारा? 240 सेकेंड्स. सो टाइम टेकन बाय बी कितना हो जाएगा? 210 सेकेंड्स. एंड टाइम टेकन बाय ए कितना हो जाएगा? 150 seconds. Right? So this is how we go with these questions. It was seems to be lengthy when we read it ki this ratio, but we have to simply use the ratio concept. Right? So that is what we have here. So 1000 into t minus 90, you can say also, is equal to 6025 into t. Correct? So this is how do we go with the question. Clear? Now let's move on to the next. In a 100-meter race, A runs at 1.66 meter per second. If A gives B a start of 4 meters and still beats him by 12 seconds, what is B's speed? Now similar question we have done before also, right? Now this is the same question. So now A और B का रेशो कितना है डिस्टेंस का? अगर ये 100 मीटर पे है तो वो कितने पे है? 96 meters पे. We have previously done it, but just with different figures. Now 1.66. Now 1.66 means if this is the speed of A, right? We have to find the speed of B. That's not given to us. Okay. Now पहले हम A का टाइम निकाल लेते हैं, फिर उसमें हम 12 ऐड कर देंगे and we will get the time for B as well. So let's do it now. Time for A. So time का formula distance upon speed. So 100 upon 1.66. So let's divide it. अभी जो जितने places तक they have given you the values, use that. So what will you get? 60.24 seconds. So time for B कितना हो जाएगा? 12 seconds more. Okay. So 12 seconds more means 60.24 plus 12. So that gives you 72.24. इतने seconds B को लगे. Now we can find speed of B, which was missing. So speed of B is distance upon time. So B ने कितना distance cover किया? 96, 72.24, right? So now we can simply calculate it and get the answer. So that gives you what? 1.33 meter per second, right? So this is how do we calculate. So it's a similar question which we have done previously also. So now it was in decimals. In the previous one it was in whole numbers. Okay. Now let's move on to the next. Now in a 200-meter race, A can beat B by 31 meters and C by 18 meters. So in a race of 350 meters, by how much distance will C beat B? So it's again a simple question of ratios, nothing else. Okay. Now let's move on. A is going for 200 meters. It has given a start of 31. So let's do it. 200 minus 31, which becomes 169 meters. Right? Now C को कितना start दिया? 18 meters का. So let's do it. 200 minus 18, which is 182 meters. So now in a race of 350 meters, how much distance will C beat B? C beat B. Simple. तो C और B का रेशो देखना है, which is 169 and 182. So हमारे पास 182, 169 और 350 अगर इसने कवर किया होगा तो B ने कितना कवर किया होगा? X. And that is the difference. जो हमें आंसर मिलेगा वो डिफरेंस हमें क्या देगा? How much distance will C beat B? Now let's calculate this X value. 350, 169 and then 182. So this is 13 13s are and this is 13 14s are. And here we get 7, 50, 2, 25. So 25 into 13 is how much? That gives you 325 meters. तो C ने कितना बीट किया? So C beats B by 25 meters. Because 350 minus 325 will give you 25. Right? So it's simple ratio, no other concept, direct inverse proportion. That is what we are using here. Now, in a racing over a distance d at a uniform speed, A can beat B beat by 20 meters, B can beat C by 10 meters, and A can beat C by 28 meters. Find the distance D. So आपको distance D दिया गया है. Correct. Now if I simply ask you, A ने cover किया D distance, तो B ने कितना cover किया? A can beat B, it's B, by 20 meters. So D minus 20. Very good. B can beat C by 10 meters. Okay. तो अगर हमारे पास B ने भी अगर D कवर किया होता तो C ने कितना कवर किया होता? 10 meters less. A can beat C by 28 meters. तो C ने कितना कवर किया है? That's the only difference in the question कि यहाँ पे D values है. Otherwise आपने start वाले question तो किए हैं. Right? So what is the ratio that you need? Distance D निकालना है. तो देखिए B और C का जो ratio है that should be same in both the cases. So D minus 20 upon D minus 28 has to be equal to what? D upon D minus 10. This you have been using in the previous questions also. Right? So but here D is given to you. So you have to take care of variable. Okay. Now let's move it and do it. So T square minus 10D minus 20D plus 200 D square minus 28D. Got it? No, it will get cancelled. So minus 30D and minus 28. So minus 2D is minus 200. So D का value कितना आ जाता है? 100 meters. Simply 100 meters. So don't get confused. It's D given here. D is just a variable that you have to find. So but you have to be clear with the ratio concept. A, B or C or B or C. So हमें ratios को equal करना है. Correct? Now let's move on. A runs 5 by 3 times as fast as B. Okay. A gives B a start of 80 meters. How far must the winning post from the starting point be so that A and B reach at the same time? Now here A runs 5 upon 3 times as fast as B. Correct? If A gives B a start of 80 meters, how far must the winning post be there from the starting point so that they both reach at the same time? Dead heat का condition देना है. But A is running 5 by 3 times as fast as B. तो अगर हम ये बोले कि A ने अगर D डिस्टेंस कवर किया है तो B ने कितना कवर किया? पहले तो एक सिंपल वर्ड्स में देखिए. D minus 80. Correct? 80, 80. Okay. Now A runs 5 by 3 times as fast as B. So ये रेशो कितना है? तो ये रेशो है A और B का D upon D minus 80 and which is equal to nothing but 5 by 3. वो 5 by 3 times fast जा रहा है. 5x 3x का रेशो है basically. So now find D. So D is 40. Okay. Oh, sorry. 400. Sorry. 200. Right. So it is 200, right? So now D is 200. So now you have a start and everything, right? So now this is what is given to you. So how far must the winning post be from the starting point so that both reach at the same time? So D हमारा total distance है 200 meters. So 200 meters पे होना चाहिए. So what is the concluding statement? A will run 200 meters, B will run only 120 meters. क्योंकि ए 5/3 टाइम्स फास्ट जा रहा है, दे बोथ आर गोइंग टू रीच एट द सेम टाइम. करेक्ट. सो ए ने ऑलरेडी स्टार्ट दिया हुआ है, फास्ट जा रहा है, इसीलिए हम बी को आगे रख रहे हैं. सो टोटल डिस्टेंस हमारा कितना होना चाहिए? 200 meters, राइट. एंड बी विल रन ओनली 120. Okay, because D was for A. Okay, now let's move on. In a game of billiards, A can give B 20 points in 60. A can give C 30 points in 60. How many points can B give C in a game of 100? Now, in this points and games के जो questions है, same as the previous one. Same ratio लेना है हमें. अगर A बी सी, करेक्ट. इसका मतलब ए के पास 60 है, उसमें से वो 20 कैन गिव, सो बी विल हैव 40, और वो 30 दे सकता है, तो रेशो कितना है? 40 और 30 का बिटवीन बी एंड सी. सो दे आर आस्किंग इन अ गेम ऑफ 100 हाउ मेनी पॉइंट्स कैन बी गिव सी. सो अगर 100 का गेम होता है तो बी को कितने पॉइंट सी को दे सकता है? दैट इज व्हाट वी हैव टू फाइंड. तो अगर 40 का गेम होता है तो सी को कितने पॉइंट्स दे सकता है? इसका मतलब 10. Okay, how many points B can give C? 10 points. So game of 100 में कितने points दे सकता है वो उसको? X. Correct. So now we can calculate this value. So X will be how much? So 100 के game में B can give 25 points to C. You must be thinking why we have taken 10 here, students. Because अगर B के पास 40 पॉइंट्स है तो सी के पास 30 है. इसका मतलब बी कैन गिव 10 पॉइंट्स टू सी. क्या डिफरेंस है 40 और 30 का? 10. 60 और 40 क्यों लिया था हमने? बिकॉज ए कैन गिव 20 पॉइंट्स टू बी. करेक्ट. सो नाउ सी और बी में क्या रिलेशन है? 10 पॉइंट्स दे सकता है वो, या उसको दिख रहा है हमें 40 और 30 में 10 का डिफरेंस है. सो इसलिए हमने यहाँ 10 लिया, तो हमें डायरेक्टली एक्स मिला. अगर आप इसको दूसरे वे में करना चाहते हैं, मैम अगर हम यहाँ पे 40 और 30 लेंगे तो वहाँ पे 100 अपॉन एक्स लेंगे, बट उसमें से फिर हमें सब्ट्रैक्ट करना पड़ेगा. आर यू अंडरस्टैंडिंग व्हाट आई एम सेइंग? यू विल हैव टू सब्ट्रैक्ट. देखिए कैसे. द अदर वे राउंड इज मेथड 2. इफ आई से मेथड 2 विल बी व्हाट? 40 upon 30 if you are taking. Here you are taking suppose 100 upon x only. So this x में what will you give? चलिए कैलकुलेट कर लेते हैं. 300 अपॉन 4 दैट विल गिव यू 75. सो टोटल पॉइंट्स कितने हैं सी के बाद? 75. सो नाउ हाउ मेनी पॉइंट्स कैन बी गिव सी? सो योर आंसर विल बी दिस ओनली. B can give 25 points to C. यहाँ पे हमें सब्ट्रैक्ट नहीं करना पड़ा फर्स्ट मेथड में, बिकॉज वी टुक ओनली द पॉइंट्स विच B कैन गिव C. अगर हम टोटल पॉइंट्स लेंगे B और C के तो फिर हमें सब्ट्रैक्ट करना पड़ेगा, बिकॉज वही आंसर में आएगा. सो इट्स अप टू यू व्हाट यू टेक. Okay, both the methods are correct, but final statement is compulsory in all these questions. So these were the questions from R.D. Sharma for races and games. I hope you all have understood it well. If you have understood it well and if still you have any query, put it in the comment section. And if you have liked it, please share and subscribe. Okay, thank you everyone.